What's up, everybody? This is Bryson Fowler, Boss Talks on the Rooftop, and we are live. Here today, I have one of the greatest honors of introducing the queen of the cigar, Miss Lorna. I call her Lala, but it's just me. That's just me. You know what I'm saying?
We'll accept it.
So,
We'll accept it.
it is what it is. So, guys, just a little bit about Lala is she is a big time A&R music producer. Been involved with several music products. She still got a lot of other things going on, but she is an avid sister of the leaf.
That I am.
Big time influencer in the cigar industry. So, to you, the queen. What is going on?
Just getting the day started early over here on the West Coast. So are we buffering?
Yeah. Back and forth. Back and forth. So what are you smoking today?
I am smoking a Yagua from JC Newman. So they only come out like once or twice a year, but really, really good cigar. So really funky shape too. They all come in like really weird shapes. So they're really, really an amazing smoke. Good way to start the day. So. What about you? You smoking today?
Well, I'm smoking a Velvet Ice by Sable Cigars.
Lovely.
Interesting enough, I met this young lady at Pensacola Cigar Week.
Okay.
Woman-owned, black-owned cigar line out of Houston.
Awesome.
So this is called the Velvet Vice. I haven't had it, so I figure I'd give it a shot, see what we're talking about. So far, right now, you got the construction looks very nice, looks very solid. A little rigid here, but it's pretty smooth. I love the band. Are you a band girl?
Is great. Yeah, I love a good band. Which is interesting because like the Yagua is like very like minuscule, but like that's by design. It's supposed to be like a really rustic cigar. But that was a fresh band.
So I'm in this whole purist traditionalist. I don't like ritual because ritual sometimes means something else to some other people.
I so agree.
Right. But I'm in a whole soft flame era, and I dropped these this past week, these long stem matches. Right. I'm a match guy.
Yep.
I don't. What's your take on the soft flame? Does it matter?
I don't know that I get that deep into it. I'm with you. I don't love the word ritual. I think it's a little dramatic, personally. Yeah, I do both. I use matches from time to time.
Right.
I'm sitting outside and it's a little breezy, so I'm using a lighter, but I go back and forth. But I do have some long stem matches.
Yeah, it really just depends on the. I'm kind of bougetto when it comes down to
it. I am with you.
So tell me a little bit about like you. What got you into the music industry?
Well, my partner is long time in the entertainment industry. So he's a musician, actor, model, kind of did the whole thing, and he's been in the game since like the mid 90s. So that's part of it. And then I have just been a music lover. I've been a singer since I was like this big. So I think just collectively, like I've always just had a real passion for it. And then connecting with him, I get to do I get to do a lot with, with his music and what we're, creating for the label as well.
Mm. So what you say you used to sing, right? You still sing?
Mm-hmm. Occasionally, I think I definitely do some backgrounds here and there. I think Cheyenne and I will at some point actually create a project that's kind of designed to be like jazz, hip hop, neo soul kind of collective. Um,
Mm.
I'm trying to think of like what to equate it to, but uh, kind of like Lucy Pearl, but with kind of a hip hop kick to it as well. So that's definitely something that's on the up and coming projects to get cracking on. But I don't sing as much as I used to anymore. But um, back in the day, that was like you couldn't have told me when I was a teenager that I wasn't going to end up being a professional singer. But life doesn't always work out that way. So here we are.
I mean, it takes its twists and turns. The thing about being a singer is like you don't have an expiration
True, true.
date.
Definitely not.
But like neo soul, like are you like a uh what was the last name? Stone? Josh
Angie Stone.
Stone.
Oh, Joss Stone.
Yeah, and then there's Angie
Um,
Stone, and then
there's so many stones.
there's so many songs, but like are you soulful like a Christina Aguilera? Or are you more melodic, or are you more harmonizing? You're like a what vibe are you?
That's a good question. I grew up singing like Anita Baker, Sade, stuff that has like very like deep vocals to it. So I would say that's more the vibe. I definitely
Hmm.
don't have the Christina Aguilera vibe. It's much jazzier,
Yeah.
like think like Layla Hathaway, like that type of feel.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I have range, but where my pocket is, like my pocket is in kind of that Anita Baker type depth.
I would love to hear that. When you're ready to release that, let me know.
Yes,
I want
yes.
inside on that.
Absolutely.
But that's dope though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Like that's the dopest thing about it. Like,
Yeah. It's very
so
I remember being a little
you
girl and
got that
people were
big
always
voice coming
amazed.
out of that little body.
Yeah, that's what everybody used to say when I was a kid too. They'd be like, "How? How does that humongous voice come out of that little girl?" But it's just I truly believe like if you can sing, the people that you when you're a child, the people that you end up like emulating and singing with is sort of how your voice will shape out. And that for me was definitely true. I grew up in a jazz household, so that's what we listened to.
Oh, nice. Nice. So another thing about Sequel Cigars is this woman, they have a coffee,
Mm.
and I'm drinking what's called opulent almond.
Oh.
I know I got you early right
Mm-hmm.
now. So I know I was able to catch you with a coffee and a cigar. So I had to match your energy.
Had to join. Yeah, I had to join the party. Yeah, yeah. My coffee's not as exciting as
Mm-hmm.
yours, just some
I,
espresso, but
I had to match your energy. I was like, all right, cool. Well, let me make sure we're all in the same boat
yep.
together. What is it about the cigar industry? What is it about cigars that's really just got a hold on you right
Oh gosh, I love boutiques. So generally, like I'm usually always smoking something boutique. I do smoke a lot of legacy. I smoke, about 6 to 7 cigars a day, so I certainly like move around. Today might be more since I'm starting the smoke game a little early, but I think I love boutiques and I love the discovery of it. So I think, especially
now?
being an influencer, I think the blessing of it is that I get to experience a lot of brands and lines that others don't. And we just wouldn't normally get exposed to, especially here on the West Coast, because we just don't have the same variety, I think, that like the South does. So I think it's been really fun to discover different
Right.
people's creativity with their lines and just different blends. I'm a wine person, right? So I think notes and flavors and like textures and all of that have always been something that I've really loved. And so cigars definitely have always fit in kind of that category for me too.
Mm.
How's that cigar so far?
Hmm. It started talking to me. That's when you see the puzzled look on my face.
Mm-hmm.
It started making me salivate. I was like, hold on.
Hey, hold
What
on,
is
what is
going
this?
on? What is going on? Okay. So I like when I watch your channel, I see you and the group of girls, like the women of the leaf, and y'all be really going in. And then when you go to this wine direction, I'm like, yo, I'm learning right now.
Yeah.
Because like whiskey, I can talk whiskey with you. I can talk cigars with you, but then you go into wines, and I think you have the couple on there that's from New York or New Jersey. They're
Mm-hmm.
Italian, and he's
Yep.
like, yeah, we go into wines, and they enjoy cigars, and I caught the story about how like they fish together, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's dope.
Yeah, they fish and they hunt
So I
together.
love your channel for like you have so many different, different people in different walks of life. And then you really go in and like talk about wine. Why is wine such a thing for you, and how you pair cigars with wine?
Um, let's see. So I think I definitely got into wine shortly before I got like intensely into wine, maybe 2 or 3 years before I picked up smoking cigars. Um, I don't know that I got like super into cigars for like probably took about 5 years before I really got like super into it. But wine was definitely my first love. I'm in Washington State, which is a wine producing state at a high clip. So that was just sort of natural for me. I actually ended up living in the eastern part of the state for a while, which is where most of our wine is produced. And so I got really immersed in the wine game. I would be out like harvesting grapes at 2 a.m. and, just really getting into the craft of wine. And so I think wine, when you really get into it, it's big flavor notes, right? It's big on picking out those little things that you smell, the little things that you taste, how it feels, the texture. And so I think cigars have that same thing, right? Like when you're really into a cigar and you're trying to figure out kind of what notes you're picking up. I think there's a lot of similarities there. I think a lot of people don't necessarily think about pairing wine with cigars. Um, but I drink wine a lot. I also drink whiskey and bourbon and other things, but I think wine's just kind of an underutilized pairing in a lot of cases. So I really like to try to play with that, play with that option.
Nice. See, I'm
And I'm
like,
an avid collector,
give me a
so
Moscato.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Hey, that's a gateway wine. That's a gateway wine.
yeah. See,
Yeah.
I right. Give me a Moscato, or I'm I'm Bugetto, so give me Taylor Port.
Yep. Yep.
I'm, I'm drinking Taylor Port. I'm drinking Taylor Port, and smoking my cigar. I'm like thinking I'm doing something. I'm gonna hide the bottle because I
Yeah.
know damn well I'm offending wine drinkers. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
let me
Yeah.
put this over here and put it in
Yeah.
my
Let me
my
just
glass.
pour off the side, like so nobody sees it.
Oh, mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of people though that's how they
Hey,
get
because
started is in like Moscato.
if you let me, I will embarrass you in front of company.
Yeah. Hey. Hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah,
If we're gonna go, let's go the distance.
right. But hey, I'm completely silly, and I will embarrass you in front of company if I'm not supervised. So
Yes.
when 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 is the best time to have a cigar for you?
Oh, for me, uh, when I'm breathing, I usually, I do work remotely for a lot of what we have going on. So, uh, I'm usually starting to smoke around noon, and I will sort of keep that train going
And I
until
keep,
the late
I
hours of the
wondered,
evening.
do we get her back or what's going on?
Wait, did you lose me?
Did I lose you for a second?
I don't know, my back. Can you hear me?
Mm.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, just can't see you anymore.
Okay, hold on. Let me move my operation inside and see if that helps. Um, there we go. Can you hear me and see me?
There we go.
There we go. Move my operation indoors. Yeah, I mean, I feel like any time of day is a good time to smoke. So I don't know that I'm preferential because I'm pretty much going to smoke from like noon until midnight. So I don't know if I have a preference.
Oh, I asked, we were talking about wine, and then I reverted back to cigars, and
Yeah,
we're gonna keep on flowing like
let's do it.
whatever else. Because honestly, like we've had conversations like prior to this, and just kind of hanging out and doing social media things. What has it been like for you as a woman in the cigar industry, really tapping into that influencer space?
I've had really not a lot of terrible experiences with it. I think other people might have some different takes. I think in the beginning, probably before I had, the follower count and some of the credibility, I would kind of joke about some mansplaining that would come across. But now I think it's pretty solid, right? That I do this. And so I like it because I think getting to also expose that there are women that are in this game that actually really take it seriously. I think because you've seen my content. Like I take my content very serious. I try to not do like the whole sex kitten thing. It's meant to be very classy and very cigar focused or spirit focused. Either way, so I really try to be intentional in that way, and I think that's probably why I haven't had a lot of terrible experiences. But I think because I try to really lean on the education of it too. So I try to, I try to also focus on the producers, things like that. So I haven't had a lot of terrible experiences. I also carry kind of a mentality about it that's maybe unique. This is a man's game. Like I don't deny that. I'm not here to try to change a centuries old like industry like that. I think it's just about finding a place at the table and embracing that without having to go in by force and try to like overtake something that's already got a very long standing tradition, if that makes sense.
So what I heard is you take your content seriously,
I do.
right? That's what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
And I've watched you like the past few months. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, you're very purposeful in what you're posting, and it's very intentional. Um, how do you find the I guess the proper time for you to drop your content in your own way?
That's a good question. I think like in the beginning, right? I think it had to be very persistent. It had to be very well timed. Like I used to be very like militant with myself about making sure that I posted at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like really paying attention to like a lot of the insights and things like that. Now I'm maybe not as like critical on that anymore. I do have certain days like Wednesdays I don't really love to post. I just don't feel like it's a great engagement day for me. So I have some days like that I'm kind of intentional about not. But I always have like my humidor right now has about 2 shelves of content sticks in it. So there's always something in there that is, and I have a list. Like I'm a list person. And I have, various collabs that have to be done. So it's a balancing act because obviously I do for the record label and some of our other businesses, like I'm doing all of our video editing and a lot of our socials for that too. So it's usually my kind of afternoon, evening activity now. But I'm usually a little bit ahead of it. So like I have content shot for a couple days to go post. And then I will sit down and just really work on the caption and try to make sure that my caption is really dialed in once I've got the visuals to go with it.
The editing takes so much damn time.
Yes. That unboxing video that I just posted the other day, good God, I edited that for like 3 days.
Golly. And see, and a lot of people don't understand, like, hey guys, like, yeah, you take the picture, you shoot the picture, it is what it is. But sitting in front of this computer, on your phone, editing, trying to make sure you got the right angles, the right filter, the color grade, and all that other nonsense. Stuff I care not to know about.
Right.
But I know so much about it because of the show. And because when my videographer is talking to me, and I'm just like, did I hire you to do that?
Yeah.
I don't want to know. I don't want to fucking know.
It's a video editing is a whole.
And so like for you, like when you're sitting there and taking the time and coming up with it, I'm like my hat's off to you because I have the patience. By that time, I'm there.
Well, and the wild thing is, like I always tell people, like I may post like 4 to 5 pictures on a like for a cigar, like on a post, but I probably took 50 pictures to get those 4 or 5. You know what I mean? Like it's a little bit of trial and error, and then once I've got them, I can edit pictures pretty quickly now. But it's actually the taking them that takes a little bit longer.
Yeah. With the editing the videos, and people are like, well, why aren't you consistent with the videos? I'm like, dude, get off me.
Yeah.
Get off me. Because you don't know. You don't know what it takes to go from this to that.
Yeah.
So when you partner with these brands, what is the like? How do you choose who you partner with? Because like you're very selective in that regards as well.
I don't know that I'm that selective, actually. I do have, my own personal. I will never disparage a brand, right? So that's one thing. I will usually give every brand a shot. I will never disparage a brand. If I don't like something, I just won't post it. And really the only reason that I wouldn't do that is if the construction was bad. I don't actually consider my palette to be like the only thing that I post. Like I don't love Connecticut cigars, but I'll still post Connecticut's because there's a lot of people that do love Connecticut's. So the only time I really won't post something is if it's really bad construction for some reason. And I'll usually communicate with the brand about that. But otherwise, generally when people reach out to me, I'll always, usually entertain it. It may not always have like the right, it may not always be like immediate, and I'll tell them that. Like it may take me a couple of weeks to actually get any content out for this. So there's some other weird little brands. Like I've got these coffee mints that I need to make content for bad. And I've gotten some coffee like collabs that I've done too. So I do, I kind of live for boutiques. Like I said, I love anything Black and veteran owned. So I love a cigar that has a great story behind the creation of it. So, which is what the girls and I, we like to get brand owners on there and talk about, what was their inspiration for the brand and all of that. So, there's some brands that I work with pretty consistently, like HDA is one of them, vet owned, and then Haze Gray. Those are some like consistents. Matured Legacy is another, Black and vet owned company that I love. So, and Mount Olympus, which
shout out my man Sean.
Yeah, and Mount Olympus is another one that I'm like, I've got to get him on the live with the girls because I really love his cigars a ton. So
what have you tried of Matured Legacy so far?
everything. I've had everything out of his line except for his chocolate mint.
Oh,
There is a
really?
chocolate mint cigar in there that he sent me, and he sent me a 770, which I was like, Sean, I don't. I was like, this 770 is it's a lot when you're only 5 feet tall. So, but yeah, I've tried everything in his line.
Yeah, my go-to from him is the Fortitude and Fruition. He has
Same.
the new Fidelity, which is fire. But like he knows, like, dude, give me the Fortitude. He's like, you only want one cigar, because I'm like, what you got for me? He was like, man, get out of my face and get your cigar. and,
Yeah.
and I give him such a hard time because like he's family. So
Yeah.
when
He's a
you
great
become
guy.
a friend, you usually become family. So it's like,
Right.
you messed up because you're stuck with me now.
Yep. Yeah, we're family for life now. So
Yeah, so hey, now that you got a good cigar, like, I support you in any way I can. For you, what is the support been like for you going into this cigar industry space that you take a hard pivot with the music industry, or do you merge them together? I asked you like 4 or 5 questions all at once.
that's
Take your
no,
time,
that's
pick one.
good. Um, I think the goal. I think well, to me, like music and cigars are just like synonymous, right? Like I'm almost always listening to something while I'm smoking. Um, if I'm not like watching a game or something, but usually there's always music going. So I think they do work in tandem. I think because my partner also smokes cigars, like we do have a lot of our like label and business combos while we're smoking. So I think there's definitely some cross in that. I think ideally, even just like the music that we aim to create in the future, we would love to try to create some cigar focused or themed kind of music, just things with like that vibe to it, right? It's definitely
Mm,
something that we've discussed and started writing a little bit in that vein too. We started, writing some lyrics and stuff in that vein because we're still old school. We're not going to use AI. We're actually going to write and record it. So, we've kind of started merging those together as well. But I think also the skills are very transferable. So, I was an executive for Verizon for 18 years. Um, and like my whole life pretty much. And I transitioned out of that a couple of years ago and started like full time into what we're doing now. So a lot of the skills, which is when the page actually started, I started taking the page serious, like about maybe 2.5 years ago. And so I think I picked up a lot of skills like really quickly in that have been able to be used just
right.
across our businesses. Video editing being one of them.
Yeah. Um, Big Bear. Big Bear. And it's just one of those things. So what kind of music are you listening to when you're just taking the edge off of the day and you got to have that cigar? I'm gonna ask you the music, and then I'm gonna ask you the cigar that you're going with. Of
Ooh,
because Friday is tomorrow, right?
it is tomorrow.
Friday, we made it through the week.
Hmm.
What are we doing to take the edge off? Big country, what's going on?
What up, big country? Um, well, speaking of Friday specifically, it's actually my favorite day of the week. Not because it's just because it's Friday; it's New Music Day. So generally, starting Thursday night, since new releases here come out at 9, since we're on the West Coast, I will start churning through all of the new releases for the week, both singles and albums. So that's usually kind of my Friday too, as I'm usually still kind of working through new releases. I am not all that eclectic in my musical taste. Like some people, I am very much hip hop, jazz, R&B, soul. Um, and I don't deviate off of that too frequently, quite frankly. So I would say if I'm working and smoking, I'm usually listening to jazz. If it's later on in the day or I'm out and about, I'm usually listening to hip hop or R&B, and probably in that order. So,
right, I can dig it. I can dig it,
yeah,
man. Because
yeah, and funk, like funk, that side of R&B is actually like probably some of my favorite. Like if I could have been born in a little bit different era, like I probably would have wanted to exist in like I wanted to be in my 20s in the 70s. I think would have just been ideal musically.
there's nothing beating '90s R&B.
Agreed. Agreed.
There's nothing beating '90s R&B. Like I you're gonna laugh at this, but last night I was having dinner with my daughter, and I just went on a whole Hall and Oates kick. Hall and Oates. Like I was
Yep.
listening to Your Kisses on My Lips
Yep.
and You're a Rich Girl. Like I was like, it was not the '90s, but it was the '70s, '80s
Yep.
kind of pop, funk, and like they
Singer
went into
songwriter.
the singer song. Like, yo, I was like, these white boys is
They're cold.
they
They're
had some
cold.
hits. They was
Yeah.
cold. And I like Wikipedia their life. And I was like, oh, they from Philly.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, shit. That made me like them a little more.
Yeah.
Even though I can't stand the Philadelphia Eagles. But I
Are you a cowboy?
was looking at Hall and Oates' like whole catalog, and I was listening to it, and I was like, well, damn.
Yeah, Cheyenne calls that blue-eyed soul. Like that's how he kind of refers to that style, which I think is actually a pretty accurate description of it.
Right. And it's kind of it's hard. It's hard to be like, yeah, this year's R&B. Like I got because I'm a surf fan, right? Because I'm more of a vibe. I like the vibe, cool. We sitting there smoking our cigars. It's vibe out mellow, like, but I need something like how to harmonize and ride the beat.
Yep.
And I think me and you we hit it off when we're able to like deep dive into music.
Yep, for sure.
And I'll sit here and listen, and you're a partner, Cheyenne, right?
Yep.
He'll go into it, and I'm like, I fucks with her. I fucks with her. Okay, so guys, if you haven't had the pleasure of talking to Lala, Miss Queen of Cigars, like she can run you down and take you through there on some music, right?
That I
She can run you down and take you through there on some music. So like this is why like I really rock with her. Like not only is she a sister of the leaf, but she really knows music. Like
yes.
she's like, hey, them vocals are off. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Oh, she really got an ear for this shit.
yeah. And they nerd out on it. Do you ever watch there's a podcast series that's on YouTube called oh god, what the hell is the name of it? Oh, I'm drawing a blank right now, but it's with Luxury and my brain is just not there yet today, but they break down like the stems of music. So like I was just watching one the other day where they broke down like a bunch of like Roberta Flack and just various songs that they'll take it all the way down to its stem. Like they were breaking down Prince the other day. They were breaking down a few songs from him, but they'll take it down to the stems and show you like what it actually sounded like when it was recorded, like piece by piece. And I freaking love it. Like I just get on rabbit holes with that stuff. Like I'll be stuck on it for days.
Well, see, I saw a reel where like Michael Jackson, like they broke down Michael Jackson's
Billie Jean.
Vocals. No, this one was Thriller.
Oh, Thriller. Okay.
They broke down Thriller, like he did multiple vocals harmonizing at the same pace and at each different octave. And then what sounded like bloopers, they mixed together and gave it a back, like the background vocals to Thriller, and then and then he looked over. I was like, man, his Quincy Jones and whoever else was the engineer on it,
amazing.
Like that's true artistry in itself, right? And that's really sitting in the lab and having an ear for that type of vibe and what you are looking for your masterpiece to sound like.
Exactly.
Like you see in sound. And that's what I think Kanye West's problem is. He sees in sound, so it doesn't make sense in in like regular communication. Like people are like, he's crazy. I'm like, nah, he just doesn't speak the same language.
Right. Not at all.
Like you were saying 2 + 2 to him, and he's like, no, that is 30.
Yeah. What do you think about his new what do you think about his new album?
I haven't listened to it all the way. What the new album I'm on right now is Don Toliver.
Oh, I haven't dug into Don Toliver yet.
Yeah, I'm on that album right now with Don Toliver, right? Because he's done a lot of the producing and writing for Travis Scott.
Yep.
So he comes out of that Travis Scott tree, and I like more of his vibe than the Travis Scott's vibe. Like Travis Scott has some bangers on there, but like Don Toliver kind of fits right in that mold of the vibe, the ride, the smoke vibes. I don't even know how to call this genre.
I call it like sing-songy rap. It's like the only I don't know, the only description that comes to my mind when I think about it, because I've kind of grown an appreciation for it. I think in the beginning, like I didn't love it. I was like, are you gonna sing or rap? Like pick one. Like you can't like you gotta. It's so strange to me in the beginning, but it's certainly a sound now that has its place in the game. So. And I think Don Toliver has a very unique voice. So I generally like him when he's featured on something for sure, because it's a totally different sonic sound than what you've been listening to,
Right. And it's kind of like how much of it is engineered and robotic and versus like how much, like, because like he's coming to Dallas, I think next week. Okay. And I'm like, the music makes me want to see you live, but I can tell that it's just going to be primarily energy and you screaming in the mic, not really singing. Like I went and saw Sir in concert. I think it was last year. Sir really can sing. He can really sing, and I was like, God, dog. And like Sir is like 6'5". 6'6".
Oh, I didn't know he was that tall.
Yeah, he's tall. He's tall.
Because I feel like a lot of R&B dudes are actually pretty short. Like when you break it down.
Yeah, it's funny. The R&B guys are tall, and the rappers are small as shit.
Right.
I'm like, well, I guess you gotta, because in the R&B section you got it's the sex appeal, right?
Yep.
Tall, dark, handsome, or tall, long hair, hands, like, rapper, you like, greedy, grimy.
And short in a lot of
how
cases.
You live.
Cheyenne will always say that, like he meant when he opened up for Nas back in the day, and he like ran into him in the bathroom, and he's like, he is tiny. Like he's like, Nas is like super short. And I was like, really? I would not have guessed that, but same with like Ludacris. Ludacris is also short.
Right. So, what is your palette more so like going back into the cigar space? Because like, well, actually, let's go back to the music, because I want to know vinyl, CD, MP3. Dude, wait, am I that old? Am I old? Did I say MP3? No. What do they call it now? Is it MP4?
Streaming. The kids
EP?
call it streaming. Yeah. um,
I don't know
mean,
what it is. LimeWire, like
I know.
what are we doing?
I definitely, I don't know.
Apple
I mean,
Music.
all of
There
it.
we go. Apple Music.
Yeah. I actually, I'm a
Yeah.
Tidal. Tidal is my streaming platform of choice. It's more artist friendly. So that's my streaming platform. But, and the payouts are better. And I just know that because that's what we do. So if I'm going to use streaming, it's that. I still have a crazy thick binder of CDs. So I still, and I still have an iPod. So I still kind of use all those. This is actually the car that I have now is the first car I've had that my iPod doesn't work in, which is really sad. And I do have vinyl too, because I think there's just something about physical product, and it's definitely like, vinyl has been the top selling physical form of music for, I don't know, probably the last 4 years, like by miles. But I still like, if there's artists that I am like diehard support. So for me, that would be like Tank, Tamia. There's it from like an R&B space. There's a myriad of them. I will actually always go buy their physical product because I just think that's true fanship, in my opinion. So, I think I love all of them. I think they're obviously streaming has a certain convenience to it, but I came up on cassette tapes. So I didn't actually even get a CD player until I was probably in junior high. So I think, I just have a love for kind of all of the different forms. But then I certainly was a LimeWire like person there for a while when that was a thing. So what about you? Are you like, what's your physical? Are you a physical, or do you stream, or you kind of do a combo?
If I'm in the car, I'm Apple Music because it's tied to the phone bill already.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm at the house. I'm a vinyl guy. Like the vinyl sales went up because of me solely.
Yep, that's fair.
And so my grandmother, my grandmother, my parents, they all have they have crates, right? You're not a real vinyl person if you don't have crates.
We don't have crates.
So they had crates of stuff, and I'm a big Rick James and Prince fan.
Yes, me too.
Right? So Rick James, Prince, those are my guys. I even have The Weeknd on vinyl.
Okay.
So if I'm at the house, I'm vibing out. My vinyl player is actually right there.
Okay, mine's upstairs.
And oddly enough,
my other recording spot.
It's got those. Oddly enough, I got my infused cigars. I'm infusing
nice.
it with bourbon. Sitting on top of it, I think I have Oswaldo Morales and M81s in the tubes right now.
Nice.
So we're gonna see what that looks like. But yeah, we're usually rocking out with that. And I think it's interesting that you said Tank.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know. Like, have you seen his tiny desk?
Yeah, so I've been like, it's funny because the girls and I were doing a live a couple of weeks ago, and I for some reason did not see that he and Tyrese were doing their verses, and I literally posted it on my story. I was like, this is how much I love the culture, because I almost canceled this live to watch this verses, which I ended up just kind of watching it while I was on the live. But I have loved Tank ever since his first album, Force of Nature. And it's really because he's just an incredible singer, but he's an incredible songwriter. Like his songwriting ability is uncanny, how great he is. But yeah, his tiny desk is amazing.
And I was just about to say that I didn't realize he wrote so many songs, and he was that big of a songwriter.
Oh, he's huge. That's why the TGT, like I'm happy that TGT, Tank Genuine, and Tyrese are going to make more music, because they had a beef there for a while, because Tyrese felt like he should be the highest paid person in the group, and which is funny because it's like, if you guys are a trio, but then Tank was like, but I write and compose 90% of what we're singing, so like, just because you have more star power doesn't necessarily mean that you deserve more money. So they've obviously reconciled, but he's even on his tiny desk, or not his tiny desk, the verses that he did with Tyrese, he ends up doing a lot of the music that he wrote for other artists too, on there, because he's crazy prolific.
Yes. And so when you said Tank, I'm like, man, Um, I became a fan now that he's doing more podcasting. You got more visibility on what he like, the work he's actually done. Like you're like, oh well, Tank is relevant to this day. Like Tank,
and I think the old albums are better than some of the new, to be honest. Like his
I don't
first
know.
probably five albums.
He's got some fire on these new albums.
He does.
Like some like his like one of the new songs. I'm like, when we
okay. Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna call my lady right now.
Yeah, you're like, man, this got me feeling some kind of way.
Like I heard Tank. Hey, Big Country in here in the chat messing with you, talking about you not smoking.
Am I not smoking? I'm probably not smoking fast enough.
See,
trust me, Big Country. This is like one of probably 8 or 9 for the day. So,
no, this is the first one of the day, honestly. And usually I start out. So shout out to Sable Cigars.
Yeah.
Guys, check out Sable Cigars. She has a coffee. The coffee is amazing. I'm pairing it with her opulent almond. And so Sable Cigars, I met at Pensacola Cigar Weekend. Shout out to Dr. Lane for the invite and the hospitality. It was amazing. You guys can see the burn lines. Look at that. It's an even burn. I usually try and let it stack on you guys so you guys can really see it, because you cigar nerds really be on my top.
Yep.
Cigar nerds be like, what is the burn lines? What is the ash? Like, yeah, we're stacking dimes over here, guys. So you see the ash burning clear. It's making me salivate. So it's a great profile. I love it. The palate's pretty good.
Probably got some Corojo 99 leaf in it, because that's a very like salivaty leaf.
Yeah. So and then too, like for it to be a Dominican, and it's like, usually Dominicans like tend to dry your mouth out, and not have that salivating ingredient to it, to where it makes your mouth water. It kind of gives you a little cotton mouth feel to it.
Right.
Like it's a Dominican cigar, and I'm salivating for it. So my palate likes it. The only issue is right now is that I'm drinking coffee, so I haven't really started thinking about the notes. I'm not even going about the notes. Like, guys, so if you want to learn the notes, hit up Sable Cigars. Go to sablecigars.com, place your order, because right now I'm too far gone to tell you like what kind of notes I'm in, what I'm getting, and plus, like I got coffee, so I don't want anything to sway my palate right now.
Yeah. Are you do you retrohale? Are you a retro guy?
Always.
Yeah, me too.
Always. I'm a retrohale fool. Real quick question.
Yeah.
Nub. Do you go all the way to the nubs?
I do. Yeah, I've got at least 4 different cigar picks sitting on this table with me right now.
Like, guys, I don't care. Like, you can sit here and be like, why are you going all the way to the nub? Hey, man.
Best flavors right there.
Yeah, it's the savor flavor. It's the flavor center. So it's hitting at the hardest all the way to the nub, because you're getting all that concentrated juices flowing right
all the
there.
Oils,
you got all the smoke right there. It's the most intense heat that you're gonna get.
I probably go to about right about there. That's usually about when it gets too hot is when I'll stop. Like when I feel like I'm about to burn my mouth on it, that's usually when I'll quit.
See, and like I got fat fingers, so I'm
You're roach pinching it.
Yeah, I'm roaching it. Like, God damn it.
Yeah. I could use my nails for it, but I just feel like a pick is like the easiest way to get into it.
I had a poker, and then someone stole my goddamn poker.
Just go get like a. This is like literally a martini pick.
Mm.
Works like a charm. Probably like $4 on Amazon, or I mean Etsy. Like I had a really dope one that I got on Etsy one time that was a Prince number. Like it
Mm.
had like the Prince, like, oh, it was so great. It got stolen in my I've had more cigar cases stolen out of my car than I even want to admit. But that was in there one time and I was like so disappointed because it was the coolest number.
Well, come on, like I'm a little over the top, so I wanted to have kingpin luxury on it, and I wanted to be
You
this and
can. There's go on Etsy. People will make you custom ones for sure.
so I'm like, y'all really want to invest in this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
just
I
keep
mean you
burning my
do.
fingertips. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
you do. That's why I'm like I always joke I get on a lot of lives with John from Madre Tierra and Randy from Ironclad, and they both have like 3D printers and engravers and like all this kind of stuff, like laser engravers. And I'm like, I swear I'm gonna get a laser engraver just so I can put my logo on everything. Like it's like all these weird accessories that get sent to me. I'm just gonna etch my logo on everything.
Right, right, and right, man. So when you go to a lounge, what
Mm-hmm.
is the first thing you look for in a lounge?
Ooh. I think just kind of overall atmosphere. I love to when I'm traveling. I love to go to lounges everywhere. So I'm usually just kind of looking for overall like atmosphere. Um, and I there's not some things aren't. I think cigar selection is great and that's critical if that's kind of their claim to fame. But a lot of times it's just like the vibe, right? I'm in a lounge every night, so I have a home lounge here. But when I'm traveling, I think I'm usually just looking for like ventilation is another one. Like there's a local lounge here that is well known for having really shitty ventilation.
Yeah,
So like that is definitely important to me because my hair already smells like cigar smoke constantly, but I don't need it to smell like everybody else's cigar smoke as well. So ventilation is one of those like that's my bourgeois thing of lounges is ventilation.
and see, I asked that because I've been meditating and really studying lounge business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, guys, some of you guys make this really harder than what it is, and
Right,
sometimes you just don't know, right?
right.
And so, and so when I talk to people, I'm like, if you don't have people coming in your door, what is to make them want to stay here or make them come in your door? Like yes, you pay for the you pay for the Davidoff or whatever, and
Yeah,
like if
yeah,
that's not your clientele, cool. But most people are coming for the atmosphere, like
yeah.
music, no music. I believe you should have some kind of music playing along in the background
Agreed.
at a very low volume where people can still talk. And if they want to be quiet, they have something that's soothing that experience while they're going drifting off into their cigar journey, or if they're just doing work, right?
Yeah, which is interesting because like you guys in Dallas are pretty well known for having like the DJs in lounges, which is like very taboo over here on the West Coast. Like that is like we don't do that. But it's funny because it's kind of a contentious topic when I talk to people that go out there and visit those lounges. Like some people really love it, and some people feel like it's just doing too much, like in a cigar lounge environment. So I don't know. What are your thoughts, kind of, on the DJs in the lounges?
For me, DJs is cool just depending on like the day of the week, right?
Okay.
Like day of the week, what time of the day are we talking about? And then also what type of DJ,
Yeah,
right? The type of DJ actually matters.
it
Like if
does.
you got a DJ that understands the vibe of a cigar lounge and understands how the crowd moves, cool, right? Cool. Like if you got a DJ like a French Kiwi Juice, like who's a music producer, like French kiwi juice is definitely, I feel like a elevated lounge sound. Very modern, very trendy, very, hipster, but it's a lounge sound. French kiwi juice is a phenomenal sound to hear. And then if you want like a nice little bebop, go Water Seed. Water Seed is a nice funk master vibe. And then
Yep.
at the end of the night, sure, play some hip hop.
Yep.
Let's turn up. If it's that type of ride or type of evening we're having, let's turn up a little bit. But I'm cool with DJs if they understand this.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Because we're not trying to take away from this. We want to enhance it.
Yep.
That atmosphere, like this creates atmosphere. This is camaraderie, conversation, taste, the senses. It's an escape. If you're adding more noise, you're adding distractions from this.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it. If you got a DJ and they understand what this is about, they're gonna add to your cigar experience, your cigar lounge.
Totally agree.
And I think like the DJs in the cigar lounge is a new thing. It's not something that's like how you said on the West Coast. It's a taboo thing. It's like
it's a taboo thing. Yep.
So if you see somebody walk in, you like people from the West Coast coming in like, oh, y'all got a DJ?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, why? But it's also because all of our West Coast states like Washington, Oregon, California all have indoor smoking bans. So most of our lounges, if they're not on a reservation, right? That's the only time you can really have a public lounge is if it's on a reservation. Otherwise, they're all pretty much private membership, with the exception of Oregon. Oregon did grandfather some of their public lounges that were there before they put their ban in place. Why Washington didn't do that is annoying to me, but because there were some cool spots here. But for that reason, like, private member lounges, you certainly aren't getting that vibe. So I think that's probably also why. But, it's like I've heard like some people, especially in like Houston, there are some that turn into like entire nightclubs, like at night in some of those. And people are like, it's wild. Like it goes from just being like a chill cigar lounge to like all of a sudden being a club. And I'm like, ooh, that's a hard left in the middle of the night.
Like Houston Cigar Week is coming up next week, right? It is going to be wall to wall cigar smokers and people that smoke cigars. Like it's just going to be a mix of people, but like it's a good time.
Yeah,
it's a lot. It's a lot. If you haven't been to Houston Cigar Week, it is a lot. It is fun, and there's always something for you to do. And number one rule about Houston: never leave Houston on a Sunday.
Oh, because the airport?
No, fuck no.
No? Why?
No one cares about that.
Oh, I was like, what's going on Sundays?
Sunday fun day, baby.
Yeah.
Sunday fun day. You never leave Houston on a Sunday.
I'm with that.
The all white party for Houston Cigar Week is always a time is had for the all white party. The city is out, like everyone's out. Like, so if you have, and then a quick little tidbit: if you are going to Houston Cigar Week for eating, because I go to Houston to party and eat. I go to Houston to party and eat. Houston is my cheap getaway to New Orleans.
Okay.
I go to New Orleans to eat. I want seafood. I'm beelining to New Orleans. We're hitting nothing but seafood spots. Don't talk to me about no burger joints. I don't care. I'm not here for no barbecue. that is not what you're here for in my life.
No, you go to Austin. Yeah, you go to Austin for that.
Yeah, you should. Hell, if I want a barbecue, I stay in Dallas.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was like, or Dallas.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So it like it's nothing. If I want a steak, I stay in Dallas. But I go to Houston to party and eat. So there's a lot of people like-minded like me. Reservations are going to be your best friend. Because if you don't reserve a table, you're going to be in a long line wrapped around the corner, and
so
it's not going
to
to matter where you go.
Now.
Yeah, it's not going to matter where you go. It's not going to matter if you heard about a spot in Houston and you're like, yeah, I want to go to that. Yeah, okay. Get there early. Have a reservation.
Right.
Because if you heard about it, everybody else have heard about it. Yep. So, and then too, it's hot. It's humid. So if you don't dress for the weather, guys, I'm trying to give you a little information about how to survive Houston Cigar Week, because a lot of people on my channel are going to Houston Cigar Week. And I know we're talking a lot like Queen of Cigars. And I'm trying to coerce her, into coming down to Texas.
I know, I've got to.
Coming down to Texas. Because she's far out west.
Cheyenne. Yeah, it's a Cheyenne thing.
Far out west. Yeah. she ain't dropped down here to hang out with us yet. So Houston Cigar Week is coming up. We got Dallas Cigar Weekend. We got Smoke Fest coming up, and that's later on in the year. But Houston Cigar Week is next week, guys.
Are you going to? Do you go to Smoking in the Desert? That in the Arizona festival? Have you gone to that one?
Go to which one?
Smoking in the Desert.
I want to go to that.
Yeah,
I want to go to that.
Too.
I want to go to that. I am trying to make sure that my calendar, like I'm trying to make sure I'll be in the country to go to that. Because I'm definitely like, okay, because I heard of Fox Cigar Lounge.
Great lounge.
I haven't heard too many other, but Fox Cigar Lounge I heard was the bee's knees. I heard that from Natalie at She Smokes. I've heard that from Chevalier Life. He's like, yo,
yeah, Fox is great.
You want to get there. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and they have a great whiskey selection. Since you're a whiskey guy, like they have probably one of the best like whiskey lists in a cigar lounge that I've ever seen.
And hell, you got Rose City cigar week coming up.
Yep, in July.
What's that gonna be like?
It's more intimate, you know what I mean? It's not meant to be like a Houston Cigar Week, at least not yet, right? I think this is their third year, I want to say, doing it. So it's definitely a little more intimate. It's in Portland, Oregon, which is, I lived there for a couple of years. It's a very interesting place. Cool city, though. Speaking of like foodies, like if you're a foodie, like Portland is an incredible city to be in the food scene, and the cocktail scene is great there. So I think they do a great job kind of maneuvering around the city, hosting the events at different locations. But it's definitely meant to be a little more intimate. So it's a good time to like really, like if you're into the culture of cigars, I think they embody that really well. Cause like because it's a little more intimate, the conversations and everything are, you know, I think are a little easier to kind of dig into. But it's also it's beautiful here in that time of year. I mean, it's beautiful here right now too. It's, you know, once we get into May, the Pacific Northwest really gets like lush and sunny and beautiful. So it's a great, if you've never been up to the Pacific Northwest, it's a beautiful place to come in the summertime.
And see, I was wondering about that because I'm like hearing like Rose City Cigar, and I'm like, Portland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an interesting city. It's an interesting city. I'll say that. But
and you know what made me go okay was because like I went to Pensacola because I was like, Pensacola, okay, but it really was about the cigar culture. It was like how you say intimate. We could really connect with other cigar smokers, and then you get introduced to really good tobacco.
Yeah, there's another event going to Pensacola in October, TPA.
TPA, October
Yep.
1st through the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be in attendance.
Yeah.
We will be in attendance.
Yeah, I'm hoping. We'll see. I definitely want to, because like Madre Tierra is a big player in that, as are Banff Cigars, which is another incredible boutique line. If people haven't tried Banff, that's a banger of a boutique line.
Yeah, Madre Tierra has some phenomenal stuff.
They do. He's got some new stuff that he sent me that's coming out pretty soon. That's all like Ligero leaf. That's to die for. Like the Connecticut that he's about to release is probably the best Connecticut I've ever smoked in my life.
Really? He just sent me a care package. I picked it up yesterday.
Yeah.
And I looked at it. They're not banded, and he has them.
Try that Connecticut. Like I said, I am not a Connecticut smoker by nature. Like I smoke really full body stuff usually, but that Connecticut in there is so good.
So I'm gonna ask you a personal question.
Hit it.
I'm gonna get in your business. What rapper are you impartial to?
Ooh, I have so many. Well, Cheyenne Salah, my partner for sure. Very partial to him, but I really run the gamut. Quick, shameless.
God damn it!
But otherwise, like,
should I say cigar rapper?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know. I like all of them.
Shout out to Cheyenne, because that was perfect.
I had to plug it. I think Maduro is probably my real go-to. It's hard. I'm hard pressed to find a Maduro that I don't really love. But I also really love San Andres as well. So I think I like the toothiness of San Andres. I like the texture of it a lot. Like the Escobar Gold San Andres, like from a more mass produced line, is actually really good. But yeah, I mean, I would say Maduro is like my first love.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you have a favorite?
Yes. I am a sucker for a good Sumatra.
Okay.
Or a good San Andreas.
Yep.
Like if
you like that earthy.
Yeah, if you got a San Andreas or a Sumatra wrapper, I'm pretty much gonna love it. And so what pisses me off is like the brands will send me their stuff, but they because I talk too much, they know to send me a Sumatra or a San Andreas.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, tell us what you think. Whatever, guy. You know I'm gonna fucking like it. So whatever. Like country, big country will send me some shit, and he's like, yeah, tell me what you think. I'm like, shut up. You know I'm gonna like it because I'm looking at the wrapper. I can tell what it is already. Like my eyes already know. Oh, that's the San Andreas wrapper that you're using. It's like, yeah, but still smoking. You know,
yeah. Tell me what you think. Yep.
Yeah, tell me what you think. I'm like, I think you're an asshole.
Right.
That's what I think. You want to know? You want to know so bad? Yep. There you go. So, but yeah, that's really what my palate is gravitating. Are you more Dominican, or are you Nicaraguan, or is it just all across the board at this point?
Yeah, it's all across the board. Because like my go-to cigar, like if I just had to walk in the lounge and like just make a quick selection, the Liga 9 is like my go-to, which is Nicaraguan.
You like to keep it real smoky.
Yeah, I do. Well, and the other one that I smoke, which is actually Dominican, and I smoke usually a couple a day, is the LFD Double Ligero. So both very like bold cigars, but from two different, kind of regions. And I just think some, like some cigars out of that area are better than others. Like I was saying this on our live last night. Like I smoked the new Dominican Puro from Davidoff. I thought it was cheeks. I was like, I don't, especially for the price. I was like, I just don't. I remember smoking it on the patio, and I was like, I do not like this at all. I finished it.
Crazy? I actually liked it, and I'm not too fond of. Tommy Black at Canoma Cigar Lounge asked me this yesterday. He said, "What do you think about Davidoff? Are you a big Davidoff fan?" I said,
Yeah, I'm the same.
it's cool. Like like there's always a cigar from a particular brand that I'm gonna find that works for my palate.
Yeah, like I
Now,
like the late hour from Davidoff.
yeah, the late hour is phenomenal. Um, and then it's the signature or the millennial torpedo.
Yep.
I rock with those, right? But I'm like, if I see a Davidoff and I see Arturo Fuente, I'm gonna pick up Arturo Fuente. If I see an Arturo Fuente or a Padron, I'm gonna pick up the Padron. Like it's just levels to it. Like if I see a My Father's Blue and a My Father's the Judge, I'm gonna pick up the Judge. Like I'm true to that one cigar of that particular brand. If I see a Mature Legacy, I'm gonna pick up the Fortitude. That's just what I'm ingrained to do, right?
Are you a Lancero guy?
It's too feminine for me.
Oh, you're one of those. Okay.
It's not even about the flavor, because you get more concentrated flavor.
You do.
But it's just the way it feels in my hands. Like this right here, this feels like, this made me feel okay, like you know what we're on right now. Like when I do stuff like this. So guys, like I am very, very, very machismo when it comes to like smoking cigars and drinking whiskey. Like I'm a man's man. Like he man hear me roar type shit. Like I'm that kind of guy. Like what I love about Lala too is like she's a sports fanatic. She's a sports girl too. Fanatic. Like we ain't even touched the fact that her Lakers got swept.
Lakers got swept.
I was gonna avoid it, and then I was just like, you know what, fuck it.
I've had a few days to recover. I think I've been a Laker fan for a long time, so it kind of comes with the territory. I think overall, like I'm just so proud of the team because we've been injured as hell all year. I do think that what irritates me about it is that I think that the OKC game in the regular season that Luka and Austin got injured, I think it was so dumb to even be playing those guys because we had already clinched. So it was like, why? And especially because Luka's hamstring was bothering him in the first quarter. So I'm like, why they kept him in the game is just annoying as hell to me because I think it had that, and we were getting blown out already in that game, and we just, for whatever reason, OKC had our number like all year, right? Like we just didn't do well all season against them. But I think not having Luka and having Austin still kind of trying to get back in his rhythm, like certainly didn't do us any favors. And then DeAndre Ayton needs to go on somewhere. Man.
Yeah. And Aiden, I don't know.
He needs to go on somewhere. I can't do it
anymore. you got rid of Anthony Davis and then replaced him with Aiden. It was like Aiden isn't the Aiden of old. Like Aiden was hungry. Now he paid, and it's like, yeah, I'm not.
No, and he takes too much work to keep him pumped up. It's like, somebody's got to get him involved in the game in the first 5 minutes, or he's just gonna, he's gonna be buns the rest of the game. So it's like I'm like, he's just not the right center. But I think Shai and I were talking about it the other day. It's like we definitely need some size. I felt this way last year too. I felt like that was our issue with the Timberwolves last year. Is like we're small. Like we have a lot of guys that are between like, 6'3" and 6'9", but we just don't have a lot of like big size. And so I think that's where, if they can get Giannis, cool.
Not enough beef.
Yeah, I was like, but you still just we need a true center that actually wants to ball. And that's hard to find right now.
Not enough beef. Well, and then too, like, the game that Shaq and Charles played, like you had to have some size because hell, Jordan had to get in the weight room before he can beat the Pistons.
Oh yeah.
So it was kicking Jordan's ass, and then he stole Dennis Rodman from him, and then it was a whole different ball game.
Right. So I think this off season is going to be interesting because there's so many players coming up on on free agency throughout the league. So it'll be really interesting to see where people shuffle to.
Yeah. See, I want you guys to keep Reeves because AR who AR is
Yeah,
one of those. He who.
he
And then
does
I want
hoop.
Luka to be healthy, even though
Yeah,
y'all got him from Dallas.
I know.
I'm still salty about that, but I love Luka.
As you
Luka's
should be.
my
That
guy.
is like, I love Luca. It was the dumbest trade of all time. I'm thankful for it because obviously we reap the benefits, but it is the dumbest NBA trade in history. So just doesn't make any sense. Honestly, I would take AD back at this point over Aiden.
Mm.
And the problem is AD doesn't want to be a center. So like, you still run into that same issue. I
So
like
you
Reeves. Luca has said that he doesn't want to play without Reeves. I'm like, I don't know. I'm hit or there's some days I'm like absolutely keep Reeves. Some days I'm like he can go. It kind of depends.
so with do you want to keep what if LeBron comes back? Would you like LeBron back?
Hmm. Absolutely. I think that LeBron, first of all, I do think he's going to play another year because I think he's at least going to take his farewell. He's going to take his Kobe farewell, tour. Um, I, I, I don't know that I guess I could see him going back to Cleveland, but then I don't know. I could also see him just wanting to stay in LA because,
Why
the whole fam is
why would
there.
you ever want to go back to Cleveland?
I think because he's just loyal to the soil, right? Like
I
he's
mean,
loyal to
he
the home,
already
but
did it. He got them
hmm
their one ship. That was all he had to do. Like, if anything, that solidified his legacy to me.
yep.
You went back and you got Cleveland out of all the teams. You got Cleveland.
With no players either. Like everybody was injured, carried the team on his back.
Man, you won it with Deladova.
Right.
And then you motivated Kyrie to be super Kyrie.
Hmm.
And then JR was JR.
Tristan,
JR just do some wild stuff on the court.
some wild stuff.
It's just like, all right, man. I'm not sure what your mind was on when you did it, but you
But
did
it
it.
wasn't basketball.
Yeah, it wasn't basketball. And then you beat the Warriors. You beat a star-studded Warriors team
Yep.
in Cleveland. Go
Yeah.
ahead and call them a go.
I
That
look.
one
I
championship, that one
just
championship takes up for 3 or 4 Jordan's championships. Because I look at it, I'm like, okay, well,
also with a
the
shitty coach.
Lakers would have to battle out Larry Bird and Irving.
Hmm.
Like those teams were star-studded back in the gap. Who was Jordan playing in the finals when they went 6?
Yeah.
And it's like he had Pippen,
Hmm.
arguably the best 2 guard in
I agree.
in
In the
history.
history. Yeah.
And then you have Steve Kerr, who's shown you his basketball IQ is phenomenal,
Phenomenal.
right? So not only do you have a coach on the court, you got 1 and 2, arguably the greatest to ever do it on the court at the same time. And then you have Dennis Rodman, one of the best centers in
History.
history. The man had 22 rebounds and 2 points.
I
He
would have
did
taken
his
that
job.
from DeAndre Ayton. Like, to me, I was like, I don't care if DeAndre Ayton wasn't putting up double digit points, but if you can't put up rebounds, like, what are we doing? So that's why I totally respect Rodman for that. Plus, he was a bully, and defensively, like, you need that
Right,
enforcement,
right.
which is,
And
I
I'm,
think,
I'm
what LeBron hasn't always had that. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And he's also never had a Hall of Famer coach. Like, let's be clear. Like, I think Ty Lue is very questionable as a coach at this point. I think I like JJ Redick a ton, but obviously when he gets to Miami, there's some strength there. But I think Michael Jordan had a lot of things working with him, and I hate the LeBron Michael debate because I feel like sometimes people want to say that one has to be shit for the other to be great. They're both great. I'm not. I always like to make that point, but I think the other thing that people don't talk about with LeBron a lot either is he didn't have a dad. He didn't have brothers. He didn't have, he's an only child from a single mom who had him very young. Like his chances of becoming who he's become where, you know, Michael Jordan had two parents. He had a brother that he also could play ball with and really, you know, kind of work on his skills from that point too, where I think LeBron's just had a lot of things that didn't necessarily work in his favor, and he's still got that winner mentality to go out and be the best.
And like the LeBron and Michael Jordan argument, it's why do you pit the two against each other?
Right.
Right. They don't even play the same position.
No.
They don't play the same position. They don't play the same style. But they want to hold them in that, like, they're both great at what they did and where they were at in their era. And so
yeah.
I'm Team LeBron just because of the fact you won a championship with Cleveland, bro. Like,
against all odds.
And then I feel like you did it with less. You did it with less when it comes to Jordan. Jordan had a Hall of Fame coach. Phil Jackson has 14 finals championships.
I mean, arguably, I don't know, maybe the chat might slay me, but I don't know. He might be the greatest NBA coach of all time between him and Popovich.
Yeah. Greg Pop. So then Popovich had Hall of Famers all in his own right too. But he coached them into being that. Like, Tim Duncan's game was super slow as hell to me, but he's the ultimate fundamental.
He looks wild too in his retirement now too. I saw him on the sidelines at the Spurs game the other night, and I was like, "Oh, Tim Duncan looks wild now."
Yeah, it's like it's so slow, but you can't stop it.
Yeah,
I'm watching it, but I can't take my eyes off of it. Oh, now you shoot.
Yeah.
Damn it. Now you shot. Okay. All right. Cool.
What do you think? Do you think the Spurs? You think the Spurs take it all the way this year?
Oh, no.
You don't?
No, not this year. Not this year. Wemby need one more year. He need one more year to get his grown man weight, get his nasty streak on. Like the Minnesota Timberwolves are bringing that out of him.
Yeah.
They're bringing out that beast. Because right now that dog out of him. Because right now he's good, but he's still a puppy, right? He's still a puppy, like, I'm good, and you know what the dog can be, but will he mature into it? And so,
but it's like, even with that weight thing, it's like I look at KD, right, who's also very lanky like that, and I don't know that KD's packed on that much weight over what Wemby's at right now. Like,
he probably need like 10 more pounds of muscle, right? I'm not saying pack on 20, 30 extra pounds.
Yeah.
10 more pounds of lean muscle that'll keep you from having these war of attrition injuries. Like, when you take a bump, you're not out for the next 3 games,
right?
Like,
because you're walking on like toothpicks.
So that's what I'm speaking on. Is like 10 pounds of good lean muscle. Have them a little bit more weight down in the paint, because you're already 7'5".
Which is what's so crazy about him. Yeah, I'm like, that's what when I watch it, even watching the Timberwolves, and like Jaden McDaniels is from here, like he's a Washington boy, and I love his game, but it's like, even with him and what a dog he can be in the paint, it's like Wemby's just so tall. It's like, I watch it in the paint and I'm like, what are you gonna do with that? I mean, like, it's your game plan really has to be pretty dynamic to deal with the fact that he could block it from pretty much anywhere. Like, but I do agree. I think with a little more weight, that block becomes even stronger.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, give him one more year. They'll be a force to be reckoned with. Oklahoma is just too good right now. They're hitting on all cylinders.
I agree, and there's just something about, I mean, maybe it's because I'm still salty, but I do feel like the flopping with OKC is outrageous. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's one thing to like draw a foul. It's another thing to sell a foul, but the flopping from them is like I don't know. It's getting a little, even with the refs kind of like playing into it. I'm just like, it's getting, I don't know. When I watch it now, I'm maybe a little more hypersensitive to it, but I'm like, damn, that flop game is next level.
Well, remember they were saying that about LeBron, and it first started with LeBron, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like, yeah, okay, he got to sell it because like he's a freight train coming down the lane.
Yeah, and they don't, and a lot of times they don't call shit on him that should be called. I mean, it's like just because I think he's LeBron. It's like the same reason he's never in an MVP conversation anymore because he's just LeBron. Like there's not really a respect for the caliber, you know. But I agree. I think he does have to sell it because it's like, what are you going to do when that, yeah, like that semi truck is coming at you full speed.
Yeah, and see, I attribute it to the same. He's got the same kind of issue that Cam Newton had when he was
Mm,
in the NFL, right?
yep.
Cam Newton would get absolutely blasted.
Mm-hmm.
He would get hit late. They would high low him. They like, and then Brady, they would not let you touch Brady. You
Touch
breathe on
him.
Brady
Nope.
wrong, and it's like, well, Cam is big. He can take it. No. The same rule got to apply
Got to apply.
to Cam Newton. But like it is watching. You're watching a 6'7" quarterback who's
Right.
240, 250, running at you full speed like a defensive end or a linebacker.
Right.
it's just
Like
like
that's a lot.
it's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm like, you're looking at Brady. He's probably like 215, soaking wet. He's 6'4", but his frame isn't as big as Cam. And
Right.
that's what is so interesting about like different body compositions and
Mm-hmm.
how they do measurements, and that's why they do the measurements like they do them.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like this guy 6'4" isn't the same as this guy 6'4".
Mm-hmm. Well, and the athleticism, right? Because like I think Cam Newton is just also an incredible athlete. Where Brady would even tell you like he's not super athletic.
Right.
And so I think for Cam, sometimes that maybe didn't always work in his favor from a call perspective. But it's just you got to be, in my opinion, it's like it should be fair across the board. And I think also like I'm interested to see what the NBA does with some of the reffing decisions that have happened, especially in this postseason, because there's some very questionable calling
Yeah.
that's going on. And I think when you're in a world of sports betting like we are, some of that can get a little questionable at times. And so it's like I feel like there does have to be a certain level of accountability to the play call.
Well, I get it. So we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about round and round and round. Because like I got guys, this is Lorna, Queen of the Cigar. Like she can talk sports with the best of them. She can she can talk cigars with the best of them. She is one of the best influencers out here in the game right now. Just really burning it up, and I appreciate
I
you, Lala, for
appreciate you.
coming on with us, and give me an hour and a half of your time. I know I'm
Always.
cutting into your work day and everything, and I started you off early.
Yeah. No, it's good. I've got
Yeah.
a
So how can we find you? How can we connect with you? How can we stay?
Queen of the Cigar on all platforms. I keep it pretty consistent, so you don't have to dig too far. So yeah, just Queen of the Cigar on all platforms. I certainly will hop on a lot of random lives at some point, so everybody's always welcome to pop on and chat with me. Um, and any brands that want to connect for sure, I'm definitely game.
And one last thing before you go.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest cigar pet peeve that newbies do in the lounge.
I talk about this a lot lately because I feel like this is a topic of conversation on a lot of socials. But I sort of don't have pet peeves like that because to me, I think you have to learn through experience is the first thing. And if your experience isn't affecting my experience, then I try to not really be that like concerned about it. So the only thing I think that really comes to mind, like I don't like to get caught up in like, oh, they're cutting it wrong, they're lighting it wrong. Like smoke the cigar and enjoy it. Like who cares? But I think just not reading an environment, right? Like read the environment of the lounge, and if it's a super chill lounge, like chill out. If it's meant to turn up, turn up. But I think just making sure that you're kind of just in the environment. But otherwise, like I try to not like tell people how to live their cigar life as much. Like as long as you enjoy the cigar, to me, that's all that matters. The only other one would be like, please don't smoke Tatiana at Ruby Blues in the lounge. I can't stand that. Will take over everybody's cigar experience in that lounge. So just no Tatianas.
So please don't kill my vibe.
Yeah, don't kill my vibe. That's it. Otherwise, live your life, enjoy your cigar, and we can chat about anything in the lounge.
So guys, her biggest pet peeve is killing the vibe. Learn how to read the room.
Yep.
Read the room. Like, if everybody's quiet and then they on a little setting, don't come in there all loud.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be me.
Don't have your phone on speakerphone, like having a crazy conversation.
So don't kill the vibe. Don't interrupt anybody else. It's not a library, but it's one of those like respect the space and place.
And sometimes you can turn up. Just depends on the day.
So, guys, this is Bosstalks on the Rooftop. This is Miss Lorna Pack, Queen of the Cigar. Follow her on Instagram, TikTok. Go to TikTok for you TikTokers. YouTube, Facebook, Queen of the Cigar. All of the platforms, all of the things. And make sure you like, subscribe, share the channel. Bosstalks on the Rooftop. Kingpin Luxury, KP Lux on Instagram. And those of you on YouTube, it's Bosstalks on the Rooftop. Kingpin Luxury on Facebook, and Bosstalks on the Rooftop on TikTok. So check us out, like us, learn us, experience the rooftop moments with our guests.
Oh, yeah.
And always remember, storms don't last, but your home should. Peace. Two things.